Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 4 of Anime Weekly. You guys know me, I'm Chris, and you know my partner in crime.
What's up, guys? It's Jeremy. I'm somewhere over here. I don't know which direction
I
I am
think you're
in
I think you're
comparison to
this
you
way.
guys.
I think you're that way, but you could be
Yeah,
that way.
because from what I'm seeing, I'm in the corner somewhere. So I don't know where I am in proportion to the screen to you guys. But anyway, how you guys doing?
I gotta say to Jeremy before we start today, Jeremy, everybody, you guys need to know what Jeremy's done today so far. Today, and when I say today, Jeremy hasn't fallen asleep yet. I haven't fallen asleep yet. When I say today, I'm talking about January 31st, February 1st, because it's officially 4 o'clock a.m. on February 1st. Happy February, everybody.
Yep.
And this boy right here, which, by the way, whoever said who's going to shave first, you lost the bet, because it's a draw.
It is a draw. It's a standoff. We both did, and we didn't even plan this. I just popped up, and it was just like, "You shaved too? Yeah, you shaved too." But I got a haircut, so I win.
Yeah, you won that. But anyway, this boy, we did the Otaku Hour at 5 o'clock at night. That was 11 hours ago, p.m. on Comic Frontline. Took a break. Then he goes on to a really awesome group, which I'm now subscribed to, and I really like it. The group's name is
The YouTubers core.
the YouTubers Core, which has a lot of really great comic reviews on there. It's got Chris Mount Vernon Kid. High props. I watched that entire live show. But Jeremy, you did a 3-hour live show. You stuck
Yeah.
around after, and now here he is 3 hours later. 3 shows this boy has done today.
And my voice has survived. I mean, I'm probably jinxing it right now. My voice might go out, but my voice has survived.
He has survived the trial of 2 live shows and now 1 pre-recorded show. That's dedication right there. That's passion, that's dedication. And if you want, go over to YouTube Core. Jeremy, when you see this video tomorrow, in the comments, just link it. Or
All right,
anybody
cool.
who's from there, link it in the description. You are more than welcome to. I welcome you guys to link that channel. It's an awesome channel.
Who needs sleep anyway, right? I mean, I don't have school. I actually don't have I found out on my email today that my morning class is canceled, so I don't give a fuck. I don't have class till 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah, but when you did that disappearing act, I had my noodles, but I ate them because I didn't know you were coming on. So all I have left now is cookie dough Pop-Tarts. So this episode is brought to you by cookie dough Pop-Tarts. I didn't heat them up. So we've got a really Jeremy, do you want to give that mention to a really another YouTuber actually who's
Okay, yeah.
in need of help?
So really quick, guys, since this is an anime-related, segment, we wanted, a fellow YouTuber in the anime community is going through some trouble. We want to send our thoughts and concerns out to him. And this is somebody I watch regularly, actually. Really awesome YouTuber. His name is by the name of Chibi Reviews.
I like
He
him. I subbed him
yeah,
because of you.
yeah, he does great content. He is how I've been able to keep up with so many mangas because he does manga chapter reviews as well as anime reviews. Such a cool guy. He responds relatively quickly to comments, and he's not above making fun of himself. He doesn't take himself too seriously. It's just a really fun guy. However, YouTube is being a bitch, and
It's YouTube.
their copyright strike system has been going crazy lately. A lot of huge channels have been taken down, or monetization is being lost.
Yep, it's true.
And monetization is huge for us here on YouTube because that little bit of money we get is what we use to fund our software
Yep.
and all this other cool stuff that makes sure that we can have the best quality videos we can put out towards you guys. So, unfortunately, Chibi Reviews got hit with 3 back-to-back strikes over stupid freaking thumbnails.
Thumbnails. I can't believe that. I mean, if they watched the video and said this video has this in it, like for example, on Brooklyn Boys, we just got hit by Nintendo, but Nintendo copyrights all their stuff. Fine. He didn't even have anything of the anime.
Yeah,
in the video.
literally what he does is what we do. What we do is comics, where we just sit in front of a camera and we talk about the comics and review them. That's what he does with manga. That's what he does with anime. He doesn't show clips of the anime. He doesn't play music in the background. The music he has in the background of his videos is the default, non-copyrighted stuff that YouTube gives you to use in your videos.
Yep.
So it's safe. So it really sucks. And this guy, he's been on for I think at least 4 or 5 years, and he's worked so hard. He's built up to over 100,000 subscribers, which is a huge accomplishment. And poor guy got almost all of his privilege taken away, and
Literally.
and he was so distraught in that video where he was talking about it that he was brought to tears, and I just feel so bad, like that. Someone who is just a positive pillar of the anime community got taken down like that. It's
I
really
agree.
sad.
I agree. I didn't know him personally. That was the first video I saw from him, but I could feel for him because it's really upsetting when you lose all those privileges. And if you deserved it, then that's one thing. But he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it at all. There was no reason for any of that. And if people are going to start getting copyright claims for thumbnails, then ladies and gentlemen, we're at a point in YouTube history where we're going to have to be careful about every little if we say the word Pokemon, Pokemon's going to sue us for copyright infringement.
Yep.
That's going to be bad.
Like we can't even hum the theme songs anymore. Like
nope. That's horrible. That's horrible, and I really do hope if you guys want, go over to his channel and support it. Jeremy, again, in the comments, you'll leave both links. But
definitely show some support, man. This is definitely a time of need for him, and we just gotta show that we're still there, and hopefully he can get this thing sorted out with YouTube. Hopefully they can fix the system. But that was just our quick little, shout out to Chibi Reviews. I doubt that he's gonna watch this, but hey, maybe some of you
even if he doesn't, at least we helped out.
And maybe some of you that watch his videos can tweet this out to him and something, just to let him know that there are people out there that are fans of his that support, that are looking out and supporting him.
You're gonna find this ironic. He has a Twitch channel, and I watched him play Outlast. It was the same day that you showed me his video, and he actually went on Twitch to, chill out a bit. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's a gamer too. This guy, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I subbed his Twitch too. I'm like, okay, here we go. I've got somebody new to watch. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, so he's a cool dude. He's pretty chill.
He is. I like him. I've only known him for 2-3 days now, but I like him a lot, and I want you guys to please help him out and support. You don't have to pay him money. You just have to write to YouTube and let them realize that they made a boo-boo.
Because, if you really think about it, it's not just him that's going to be in trouble. All of us use thumbnails, guys. That's how we get people to click our stuff. People aren't going to be as interested if they just see our faces. They want to see a cool image.
Right. And the image we have is One Punch Man, so...
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about today's show, Jeremy. We've got how many animes? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 animes. We are all caught up. There's only one show that we're going to talk about the first 4 episodes, and that's because the show is brand new, and there's only 4 episodes, so we played catch-up. So the shows we're going to be talking about today, and I will be able to do timestamps because I don't have to worry about editing this video. God, please. We did a test, and it worked. But anyway, the animes we are going to be talking about in this episode are Pokemon XYZ Episode 10. They've made it to the double digits again. Garo Season 2, Episode 16. Naruto, Episode 446, the final part to the Sasuke filler story arc.
And then next week is another filler, and then another filler, and then another, and then another.
Just saying. Then we got One Piece, 728. Dragon Ball Super, Episode 29.
New canon material, unlike Naruto.
Exactly. A Gundam Wing, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Episode 17. Fairy Tail, which I finally got an episode down, 94. We will be talking about that.
Yep.
Assassination Classroom, Episode 4. Dimension W joins the fray. Episode 1 through 4 will be in this discussion.
You guys need to check this show out. Before we even talk about it, I just need to tell you guys right now, you need to check this show out, especially if you're a sci-fi fan.
Exactly. Oh, we will definitely talk Dimension W. Then we've got Luck and Logic, Episode 4. And then we have something special. It's special number 2 for... Wait for it.
Oh, man.
I'm cutting it off. So anyway, that's right.
Fingers crossed we don't get it with copyright strike.
No, anything under 20 seconds is fine because it's just a clip. So we are doing One Punch Man special number 2.
Awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait for that. I'm so glad that they're still putting out One Punch Man content in between the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
We needed some One Punch Man in our lives, and at 10 minutes flat, let's start with Pokemon XYZ. Jeremy, I don't know. I feel like this show. I mean, I've watched all 10 episodes. You've skipped.
yeah, you know, I've skimmed through them all. I haven't. The only one I watched all the way through was the Dream Sequence one.
Oh, how did you like that one?
That was fun.
You did like-
I liked that the Pokemon were actually talking in human language and the humans were talking in Pokemon.
By the way, let's get to it because this is all I have today, so we're popping the cork. This episode kind of was mostly just a Eureka story. She's kind of whining and upset that she can't find... I'm going to call him Z, because every time I call him Squishy, I feel like I'm talking about a squishy bath toy. So
I just keep thinking of Finding Nemo with Dory and like little Squishy that she's playing with.
Exactly. That's another thing, actually. Now I'm going to think of that from now on. Anyway, they're looking for Z. Team Flare is watching them to make sure they don't find Z. Eureka she loses it. She wants to find Z or Squishy so bad. I gotta say Squishy. It doesn't sound right when I call it Z. And Team Rocket is after Pikachu again. Nothing new there.
Surprise.
So Team Rocket makes an attempt on Pikachu. Eureka gets chased by, or the whole gang gets chased by, I forgot what Pokemon they were. Those big Pokemon that look like frogs. And
hold on. It's not Polygraph. Is it one of the Polys?
No.
No. It looks like a frog. Seismitoad?
Maybe.
Is it blue?
I think. I don't remember.
It's possibly Seismitoad.
Let's say that. If we're wrong, we're wrong. They get chased by Pokemon and fall off a cliff. And Bunnelby saves Eureka, but in the process of saving her, gets really hurt. Pokemon Center, they have to find a rare flower that's up top of a mountain. Eureka's like, oh my god, I'm a bitch.
Wait, isn't that Batman's journey in Batman Begins? He has to find a rare flower on top of a mountain.
They stole it from Batman Begins then. So Eureka runs off to get the flower, and all this time, Squishy's watching from the trees. And there's actually, did you see the talk between Z1 and Z2?
Yeah, that was cool.
Where one of them doesn't want to interfere. I will talk about predictions about Squishy when we finish the episode, description. But Squishy wants to involve himself with humans, while the other one says, no, we're not to involve ourselves. We are only observers. It brings a lot of questions up, but it brings a lot of predictions as well. But Squishy decides, you know what, I'm doing my own thing. I'm making my own way. And by the end of the episode, spoiler, they get the flower, Bunnelby gets cleaned up, and Squishy just reappears. But Team Flare believes Squishy isn't going to come back, so they actually leave because they find Z2. So everybody focuses on Z2 and leaves Ash and his team alone. And that's where the episode ends. Not much of a progression.
Nope. But we do get some more information on Squishy, and like I was saying during the Gosaku Hour, I think that he's an alien. Just kind of like Deoxys is. I think that he's definitely maybe like a Watcher type of alien, where like they're supposed to just observe humans and humanity.
Did you ever think maybe he's like a force of nature? Because did you notice his abilities, like change forests and
yeah, he could be like one of the god Pokemon like Celebi and like Entei and Raikou and Suicune and like the legendary birds and stuff. Wait, are legendaries considered gods? Because I mean, I know there are like doubles in some places of legendaries.
I'm trying to think. I would think so because Lugia is a legendary, Mewtwo's a legendary, and there are only one of each of those. Mew is
there was the episode with like the baby Lugia. So I mean, I know that like there was a Battle Frontier person who caught an Articuno. So like there should be I think there might be at least two of each.
Well, you know what? I think they started doing breeding because they did that X and Y thing where there's girls and boys now. Mm-hmm. So maybe they started doing, there's not one of everything, except Mewtwo, of course. There's not one of everything else, so technically they can have Articuno babies. It makes sense. So now you could have a trainer with Articuno or Zapdos. Lugia,
Yep.
I think the rarer Pokemon like Lugia, Mew, Mewtwo, I think that won't. I mean, Red did it, but that's Red.
Yeah.
It's Red. So I think that maybe certain Pokemon, there's only one of them. Like, even though Lugia had a baby, I doubt anyone is ever going to catch that baby.
That's true.
So I thought the episode was decent at best. It's Pokemon. It's not
Yeah,
filler, but it fits.
and it's not gonna be like and Pokemon's never been like one of those mind blowing character development type of animes anyway. I mean, there are some good character development moments here and there, but like nothing is ever huge.
Exactly. So this is kind of one of our kid-friendly animes that we watch that just connect to our childhood in ways where we figure why not.
I mean, and we care more about the games than we do about the anime, to be honest. But you know,
Yes, sir. I agree with you 100%. This anime, however, which is next at 1548, I don't. I'm the one that told you to check it out, and I'm starting to regret it now. Garo, season 2, episode 16. This was completely filler.
yeah, I don't know. It was like the first half was really weird, and but it was kind of funny at
Yeah.
least. And then the second half, it got back on track.
Do you
But
want to talk about this episode since I did Pokemon?
okay, cool. So essentially, like, it's more of wait, hold on. So this is like right where were we last time? Like, I forget what happened before this though. Like,
Before this, Raikou, it was all like little episodes, nothing really important. They're trying to find a cure for the
the wizard chick.
wizard because
Yeah.
she's gonna die in 100 days, and it's up to Raikou to find a way to cure her. Every episode was kind of a mini mission. This is a standalone story. This is the one with the womanizing guy.
Oh yeah, right. The guy who they think is like a demon.
Right? They thought it
Like
was.
all those people are like dying like whenever they're like near him or in like proximity to him.
Yeah, because
But
he has sex with them.
yeah,
This is a sex episode.
but it turns out he's not. He's just a douchebag.
And it turns out the wife is the murderer, and she gets
Yep.
possessed at the end, and then Raikou has a reason to become the Makai Knight, and he kills her. And now, I love the ending where he's so happy that he's free. He looks out the window, he's like, oh, I'm free now! I can do whatever I want with all the women!
Oh
I'm
man,
like-
that was funny.
It was like, why? Why? Why?
I mean, you know you're gonna piss off the wizard chick because she obviously likes you. So
Oh, it wasn't the wizard chick. It was the poetry teacher who was a friend of his since childhood.
oh yeah,
And still, it's like, she's hot. Why would she chase after that guy? He's ugly.
you've always have to have that one pervert character in every anime. Like for Dragon Ball, it's Master Roshi. For Inuyasha, it's Moroku. There's a bunch, but yeah.
Naruto has the dirty
Oh, Jiraiya Sensei, yeah.
Sasuke. Not Sasuke, Mask. Kakashi with the dirty magazine.
Oh yeah, his erotic novel that he just loves to read.
So there's dirty everywhere.
Oh man, it's
Why
funny.
can't kids in America understand this? Why does the Japanese kids get all that?
It's just, I find that hilarious. Like it's fine to expose your Japanese children to this, but like Americans just have to be so safe.
No, we can't. No. You can't say sex to children. Bad. Bad, Jeremy. No. You only get 6,000 girlfriends now.
Oh, you just took 1,000 away from me. What the hell?
No, you have 5. I said you were going for 7. It's like, yeah, I am taking 1,000 away from you, but not from the original number.
Oh man. Anyway, so that's pretty much Garo, guys. It's still pretty fun, but I mean, again, this is another. You're gonna hear us say this a lot, but it's not really going back to the main story. This is just kind of a pit stop along the way.
Exactly. Now this one, Naruto 446, which is staying in filler mode for now.
For the next year.
Are you positive the next year, or
Yeah, we're not getting the last 8 episodes until at least 2017.
God dang it? How I could go back and watch all of Naruto.
Pretty
Just
much,
filler.
yeah. It'd be a much safer bet to do that shit. Like you could go back and watch the actual canon episodes, watch all the canon material, and you
Precisely.
will be caught up before the new canon material by the time they release it. Like it's ridiculous. Like I've been sitting here waiting, and my little brother who got into Naruto, he was so excited because he caught up to all of it, and then like he's like, "Is the filler done yet? Is the filler done yet?" He comes in my room every Thursday. Hey Jay, is filler done yet? Nope. Hey Jay, is filler done yet?
It's like
Nope.
it's like watching One Punch Man, except there's 2 episodes left, like episode 12 and 13. But instead of giving us 12 and 13, they give us all these specials that take place in between.
Oh my god!
And
Like
we're like, just end it.
I mean, Naruto has some good filler, like the Curry of Life filler. We were talking about that during the Otaku Hour. The Curry of Life filler is great, but this is just pointless.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Sasuke thing, we knew he was going to miss it. He did. Sasuke got possessed. The coolest part was Naruto versus Sasuke at the end, and I believe, and you'll have to tell me because I didn't see the original one.
Yeah, that was a whole episode by itself, like Naruto versus Sasuke.
Oh, so that was
so they
one
so
episode.
so they literally just replayed the Naruto versus Sasuke fight at the end, like
So that was a replay. The whole thing was a replay.
essentially, yeah, from what you're describing. That was an entire episode by itself.
Where the spirit of the older brother came in.
Oh, they added that in. They added that in because
Okay.
because we didn't learn about the older brother until later into Shippuden.
Okay, well, the older brother's spirit came in. I guess they added little things to it.
Yeah.
And that's how he got the dash on his headpiece.
Oh, because in the original episode where that happened, Naruto, while he was in fox mode, scratched Sasuke's headband.
What happened is the brother touched it. It cracked. There was a scratch, but then Naruto was knocked out and Sasuke was still awake.
So yeah, they just must have added that in. Huh? Yeah. So that's essentially just a replay of an episode. Okay.
Basically. So, all in all, I don't know. I'm going to keep going because I haven't watched Naruto. So, I feel like I'm safe. Jeremy's not, and he's angry, I'm sure.
Very much so.
But
I'm
I'm
holding it back.
I'm safe. I could keep watching because I didn't watch a lot of Naruto. So, I'm just... Fillers for me are like brand new stories. So, keep them coming.
Don't listen to this one.
No, I want the end.
Release
No.
the actual
Let
episode.
me say, I want an end, and then I want an ongoing anime again with the children.
Yep, I'm gonna play the shit out of that game until this fucking episode comes. Until these episodes come back, I'm just gonna keep playing the story mode so I can find out. I can watch it animated, see how it ends, even though I know how it ends because I've read the manga.
So
Because I got
know.
fucking tired.
So you know, you're okay. You got the idea.
But I want to see it in motion though, and I want to.
I don't blame you.
I want to hear the voices. I want to hear the speeches and the monologues and the flash forwards and see Naruto and Hinata finally get together. Which I'm.
Listen, we're not watching them have sex. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that.
I mean, there are other websites you can watch for that if you're really into that type of thing.
When I
But
was younger, I will admit, I was interested. Much younger.
yeah, that's another topic for another time. And
Not here.
I'm sure Jeremy Renfro can fill you guys in on that one.
I'm positive
Yes.
you can. We're just gonna bury everybody in this cat.
Yeah, we're just throwing everyone under the bus today.
All right, so let's do One Piece because I think we're gonna have differing opinions of One Piece. Now, in this episode of One Piece, we got this much progression again, and me personally, I'm getting very frustrated because the one thing that drove me nuts with Dragon Ball Z and why I actually went to VHSs at one point and stopped watching it on TV was because the VHSs came out once a month. Once a month, I got 6 episodes, and that was it. So I got a nice bulk for 1 month.
Mm.
I hated watching it on TV because it's one episode, gotta wait till tomorrow. In this case, we gotta wait till next week for One Piece. It's once a week.
Yep.
And it's very frustrating because the progression of the episode is 21 minutes minus 3 minutes for the intro, minus another 3 minutes for the last time and what's been going on. You got approximately 17 minutes of new material. And all we saw again was the same shit. The people in the town running away from the birdcage, Luffy fighting Doflamingo, and we only see him do it for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he gets tired and he powers down, and now he can't get up, and it turns out Doflamingo is still awake or alive. He's not dead. And now the next episode is all about them keeping Luffy away from Doflamingo until he could charge up again, which is going to take like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened. One punch happened. No pun intended.
For me, I enjoyed it. Like, I'm not saying it was the best episode. I still feel like the beginning of that fight was the best part of the arc so far, or at least the fight part of the arc. I like the whole Leo's bazooka thing. I liked what they used with Doflamingo's awakening strings. That was cool. How like he was able to turn the buildings into strings and stuff. Animation was decent. I'm not a fan of seeing people run away from destruction. I mean, we have it's basically Man of Steel One Piece edition, and I mean, I read the manga. This goes on for a bit, and but the thing is about it, since in the manga this only took 2 pages to deal with, and you can't do that with an anime because it's 20-something minutes. They have to stretch stuff out, which I've learned to accept. So, which is why I'm not as bitter. I'm not as bitter about it. But like I said, One Piece is one of those animes that's always better to just watch in chunks. But because we're doing a week-to-week show, we're just gonna have to trudge through it.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I feel like the Otaku Hour is gonna be a better place to talk about One Piece.
Otaku Hour is gonna be the best place for One Piece, for Naruto, and I think for the next anime we're going to talk about, give or take. Everything else kind of works well on a one-episode basis.
Yep.
So that's really it for One Piece. Do I not like the characters or anything? No, I love it. I just want a little bit more progression in each episode.
And Mike T made a good point during Otaku Hour, saying like the reason why One Piece takes so long is because the world is so vast and interesting. True. That you need a lot of episodes just to build the world up itself. So that's why One Piece is such a slow burn, but I still enjoy it.
Oh, I enjoy it. I just when you're watching a fight, it's like Goku versus Cell or Goku versus Frieza. Right. 4 months later, I would have liked to have seen it 2 months later, instead of 4.
Goku versus Frieza, that was so rough.
You know what really upset me with Goku versus Frieza, and we're going into Dragon Ball Super after this anyway, so I could talk about this. I hated when Toonami got to the point where Goku turned Super Saiyan.
And then they started over again.
All over again. Not just all over again in the Frieza saga, not the Ginyu saga, all the way back when Raditz first showed up.
Yep.
And I'm like, what? The man's hair turned yellow. What happened?
Oh, man.
Find out in 5 months.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, which is actually not next time, but 5 months later.
Toonami. Anyway, so let's go into Dragon Ball Super. This was episode 29.
But this episode had a very misleading title.
It sure did.
The episode was called Goku is Team Captain. And, I thought we were going to meet the other team members, or they were going to form the team for the tournament. But it turns out all they did was, summon the dragon. And then I love Beerus. Beerus was so fucking funny, because when the dragon's like, I can't really do that, guys. The universe is too big.
He's like, you're still here?
It's not within my power. And so, the dragon's like, well, do you have any other wishes? And, Beerus is just like, get the fuck out of here.
And then Goku's like, oh, wait.
I forgot to revive King Kai. And King Kai's just like, Goku, come on, man. And we find out that Beerus has nominated one other person to the team besides Goku and Vegeta, which is
And
this
apparently,
Manaka guy.
yeah, but apparently he's strong. I love how everybody now is stronger than Goku. This is kind of meta.
Yeah, but I think it's really interesting that we find out somebody is stronger than Goku, um, and I'm hoping they add Gohan to this team because I'm gonna spoil a little bit of what happens in the manga because we established that they're pretty much setting up the Budokai Tenkaichi rules. So
Right.
with the written test and stuff, so initially they select Majin Buu on their team, right? Because Buu, in terms of power, is one of the strongest fighters. However, Buu fails the written test because he doesn't know how to spell his own name, and
Damn it, Boo.
and so I'm hoping that both in the manga and in the anime that like since Boo can't participate, they end up replacing Boo with Gohan, who's been training with Piccolo, which I'm hoping has at least gotten him back up to strength. But and the next episode has Goku in it, and I'm assuming that Gohan in it, and I'm assuming it's going to be like training filler because it's going to be 5 days from now when the tournament starts, and 5 days in Dragon Ball Z time
It's
is
10 episodes.
is a long time because 5 minutes in Dragon Ball Z time was 13 episodes. So
You know what? You know what series really surprised me? The in between with oh god, it was 2 episodes only. It was a movie, and then it came with the Mist.
oh crap, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot the bad guy, but he was granted eternal life. Goku threw him into the
Dead Zone, Garlic Jr.
Garlic Jr. 2 episodes. It was done.
Yep. Oh man, but and we also get to see Bulma invents the Super Dragon Radar to collect the Universe Dragon Balls.
And then she tried to get Goku and Vegeta to be interested. She's like, "Well, you could just go off and train then if you don't want to hear."
And they're just like, peace, we're gonna go now, bye. And she's like, what, you're really going? It's like, yeah, we're not interested in this shit. We don't know electronics. Like, we're just here to fight. And then she calls up her sister and is like, hey,
He has a sister.
yeah. It's mentioned in the manga, and the funny thing is, like, Akira Toriyama loves to do his puns with names, like I've been saying. And the pun with Bulma's family is they're all named after clothing. Bulma is Japanese for panties. Of course, Bulma's daughter's name is Bra.
That I remember.
Her family's last name is Brief.
Trunks. It makes perfect sense
Trunks.
now.
Yeah, see, Trunks. And her older sister's name is Tights.
My mind was literally just blown. Trunks. Oh, he was named after pants. Boxers. How did that not ever hit me?
And his last name is Briefs. So
How did I not? How did I never? I've made so many dirty jokes in high school. How did I not realize? Trunks. Trunks.
remember this face, guys, because that's the face of when someone has an epiphany related to anime.
Trunks. I have his sword.
Oh man.
I have Trunks' underwear sword. I don't.
Underpants.
Underpants. You had to bring that up. I had a problem though with this episode. A small one. Vegeta was hilarious with Beerus. Oh, go fetch the Dragon Balls. Hey, gone.
I love that Bulma was the one sticking up for Vegeta, and she smacks Beerus in the back of the head.
I was like, does she want to die?
And Goku and Vegeta both freak the fuck out, and they're like, "Oh!" And then Beerus is like, "Well, you made such good food. I'm gonna forgive you for that one."
But Bulma doesn't trust Beerus. That's why she wants to get. It turns out we got to see the big planet-sized the Pokeballs, the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
holy crap, those things are huge. And it turns out that Goku's universe, Universe 7, has them too.
Oh man, but I mean, the funniest part to me with Vegeta was when after Vegeta collects all the Dragon Balls and Beerus is like that's a good errand boy, and she's like that's no way to talk to him. She's like I appreciate all your hard work, Vegeta, and she gives him a kiss, and he's like he's just like not in front of the boss woman, like.
I'm gonna make you a $500 bet. The planet that Whis built the tournament on, not Whis,
Bottles.
yeah, the one that he built the tournament on. $500 bet that if you clear the dust off that planet, it's the seventh Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's crazy. That would be pretty awesome.
$500 bet that when the tournament's over, there's gonna be some wish made. It's gonna be like everything's gonna start glowing. What's going on? Dust clears, and the tournament's on the seventh ball.
I love when Vados she's making the like the dome for the atmosphere. She builds the arena and she makes all these food stands. And when she puts up the portraits of Beerus and Champa, he's just like
That's it.
that picture is just too fat. I'm not that fat. What are you doing?
It was so funny, but I don't know, Jeremy. I'm having a hard time getting back into the Dragon Ball Z thing.
Yeah, it's weird to readjust to like something that's not as serious when you're watching so many different like more serious toned animes.
And
But
it originally was in Dragon Ball Z. That's the thing. There were joking episodes, and it was fun and funny, but there were the Cell Saga, the Android Saga. Those were pretty serious.
yeah,
Boo. I feel like this. Not
this
that.
is,
Yeah.
it's more like Dragon Ball than Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. Exactly. It's not taking itself as. It's like it went from joking in Dragon Ball to serious with Z. A dark possible future with GT, and then we've got Super, and Super kind of went backwards. It's not serious. It's more, even when they took those weight suits off and they dropped it on the floor and they just kept sinking into the earth.
That was hilarious. I love that Champa underestimates Goku because he couldn't catch the egg and he doesn't realize that suit is like super fucking heavy.
So he's like, man, we're gonna win this one, no problem. And it's like, no, you're not. You're gonna lose bad.
Oh man, I just can't wait to see what the other Saiyan is like. From Champa's universe.
Yes, when he said we got to get our own Saiyans, I'm like, oh my god, are we going to see a version of Vegeta, Goku?
I'm thinking it's Vegeta because from the image I saw in the manga, he has Gohan's hair, but he's also very short. So it might be an alternate version of Gohan, or it could be an alternate version of Vegeta. But the person has Gohan's hair because it looks young. So I don't know if I don't know if it's a little girl or if it's a little boy because anime is weird.
It's going to be very interesting to see then. And they're going to be able to go Super Saiyan God.
Probably. If they're going to be on par with Goku and Vegeta, they have to be able to go Super Saiyan God.
I can't wait to see the Maka guy.
Yeah. Because from the character design, he looks kind of funny. But the thing is with Toriyama, the characters that look funny are always the really powerful ones.
Okay.
Like, if you look at Majin Buu, Majin Buu looks stupid, but he's extremely powerful.
And especially Kid Buu.
Yeah, you look at Tien. Tien was weird, but back in Dragon Ball, Tien was super powerful.
He almost killed everybody in one story arc.
Yep. So yeah, that's just how you know if they look funny, then they're probably powerful as hell.
Mm-hmm. Well, with this show, we'll wait and see. But I have a feeling we're not going into filler mode. We're going into we need to stretch out the plot a bit till we can get a little bit further in the mangas mode.
That means 2 words: training montage.
Which I could live with. I could even live with. Remember when Goku and Gohan first came out of the
Hyperbolic time chamber?
And they were Super Saiyan, and there was an episode with them just chilling in the park with butterflies landing on their face. Then there was another episode where Gohan saved the little girl. Then there was another episode where Goku learned how to drive. It's like
That was my favorite that was my favorite filler episode ever. When I love they always make these memes of like Piccolo, and he's like, "Oh, cool, that's like Piccolo. I like your clothes. They're really cool. Where'd you get them? I got them from your wife." And then you just see the caption like, "Oh, oh man."
Dragon Ball Z. See, that's good filler. Naruto should learn something from this. Do training.
Oh man, I would like to see more of Naruto's training actually, but yeah, definitely this is gonna be fun. Tournament arcs are Dragon Ball Z's biggest strength, so the fact that they're doing a tournament is gonna be great.
Absolutely. My question is, though, after the tournament, we're going to be introduced to somebody new, a new antagonist, and I'm curious to see who it is.
I have a feeling that it's gonna be like they're gonna end up battling the gods of each universe. There are 12 universes, so this is so they're gonna be battling 11 other gods.
That would be. Could you imagine 11 other tournaments?
That would be awesome.
I could live with that. And a lot of people are like, Chris, what are you doing? You're allowing them basically to get rid of story, but that's okay. After the 12th.
I mean, and it's not even getting rid of story, because if you think about it, the tournaments themselves are stories within themselves. And I know a lot of people want to say like that's repeating the same cycle over and over again. No, each tournament is always different. Like there are always different stakes and different people involved in different dynamics. That's what makes Dragon Ball Z so interesting, or Dragon Ball so interesting.
I agree, and what I was gonna say was my favorite transitions from Cell to Majin Buu was the Otherworld tournament with Goku and Pikkon. That was first, and then the one with Gohan, the one where Videl basically blackmails him into Gohan.
Videl was so awesome back then. Videl is not as awesome anymore. I loved when Videl would be doing that, and then when Videl and Gohan became a superhero team, that was so cool.
I always dreamt of ending up with somebody like Videl for some weird reason. Not the pigtails, but the personality and the goth not goth, but like the punk rock.
The punk type of attitude. I liked her. You know, a lot of people debate about this, but I liked her better when she had the short hair. She looked better with the short hair.
Yeah, when she got the haircut from Gohan.
Yeah.
I thought so too. I didn't like the pigtails per se. I think that the short hair kind of helped her grow.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. You know, like another sad thing is like Dragon Ball Z is, I mean, Dragon Ball is obviously a geared towards guys show, but like but the sad part about it is there's no female characters for like female anime fans to latch on to.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Chi-Chi used to be a really good fighter, but now Chi-Chi's just a housewife.
Which is wrong.
Yeah. You know, Bulma was really important in Dragon Ball. Now she's just a housewife, but I mean Bulma does some important stuff for the plot too.
Yes, she's still a scientist.
Yeah, she's very smart. She's a scientist, so she's important. So I guess Bulma still counts. But then you've got like a character like Videl, who is really awesome, very strong-willed, didn't let anyone tell her what to do.
Now she's
or what to say, and now she's just, oh yeah, I'm Gohan's wife. I'm knocked up. I'm just gonna. Or actually, no, I'm a mother now. I'm just gonna take care of my baby. I'm not gonna just pull a Jessica Jones and carry my baby around while I fight crime.
Bulma did. Remember during the Cell Saga, she carried little Trunks. I can't believe it. Trunks. She carried that baby around everywhere. That's never gonna leave me now. Trunks. Oh God, how did I not see that? And I'm like, that is the coolest name. And I would now, Trunks.
I'm just gonna, tomorrow, or I guess today, tomorrow, on Frontline Live, I'm just gonna put that in the comments, just Trunks.
Trunks. Alright, we spent too much time on Dragon Ball. Let's talk about some Gundam. Iron-Blooded Orphan. I accidentally watched episode 16, and apparently 17 came out today. And by the way, I know a lot of you are probably saying Pokemon XYZ 11 came out. It came out on February 1st. That's the day after this, the day this is already supposed to be posted, so that's next week's episode. But I accidentally watched episode 16 without realizing it updated on Sunday to 17. 16 was boring, but 17
The
definitely.
action really picks up. Yeah, that's when we actually get some fights.
We get some Gundam fighting in space. But one thing that's very important is the princess. I forget her name. She finally realizes she can't just go to Mars or Earth to protect.
I realized why I got out of Gundam.
Political.
Yes, too much fucking politics. I just want to see robots fight. I know that sounds really simple, but I just want to see robots fight stuff.
You want Zoids.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be a huge drawback for Jeremy and I because I realized that too at episode 16, and I was going to have a very hard time talking about Gundam. But now that we had 17, which had the fighting and the action, and I love the new animation that's very 3D, there's more to talk about, but not saying that we're going to completely drop it off of our list, but it might end up going down. And when I say down, I mean it might be one of the first animes we talk about where we literally are probably going to be skimming the episodes because I don't know about you, Jeremy, but I personally, I get bored when all I'm hearing is about we have to save the world. I'm going to make a speech.
I don't care about your politics and what world you're warring against and what their values are. I'm like, whatever.
Get in the frickin' Gundam.
Exactly. This show isn't called Motivational Speech Iron-Blooded Orphans. This is Gundam. Mobile Suit fucking Gundam. Get in the robot.
And you get in there and you fight and you blow things up and you shoot things. Explosions.
I'm doing this for Alan since he's a huge Godzilla fan. This is a reference from the recent Godzilla movie. Just take advice from Ken Watanabe and let them fight.
Let them fight.
Let them fight. Just let them fight. Just
Exactly.
go ahead and let them fight. I know we're usually, and this is kind of contradictory to how we feel about comics, but we're usually very character driven. But honestly, I mean, we get enough of the characters' personalities while they're fighting and and they're working together as a team. So really, the fighting is the character development. So let them fight. Just go ahead and do it.
And I would like to also say in comic books defense that they don't deal with politics. They know we don't want to be bothered with that.
I mean, they kind of do in certain ones, but they don't do it as heavy.
Yeah. This one is political. Political. I can't.
Agendas everywhere.
And assassination attempts, and the princess wants to save the universe.
But then she realized she wants to save the planet, but then she realizes she can't save the planet. If she has to save everything, or it's all or nothing, and this whole moral dilemma, and it's just.
I found my dilemma. I forgot how political the show is, and now I'm going to be seeing it through. You know what? It is what it is. It's 11 shows. If we ever have to worry about cuts, which I doubt we ever will. We'll deal with that then. I'm really looking forward to Hero Academy. I'm looking forward to the other.
And I mean, Tim, we know you watch it and you enjoy it, but hey, man, this just isn't for us.
I'm not running for president. I mean, I'm sure a few people would like me to, but I'm not doing it. I'm not Donald Trump. I don't use a comb over, and I don't like politics. So moving on to Fairy Tales, episode number 94. My God, what have I been missing, Jeremy?
It's a really good anime. I told Chris before, you definitely need to catch up on this one. But luckily we're in the Zero arc, which is this is technically, I mean, it's not filler because it's the prequel. It's supposed to do this to inform us because this is basically Mavis's whole story about how she founded Fairy Tail and her friends and what the past generation was like. It's kind of like Naruto. Fairy Tail has this thing of building up from generation to generation. Like with Naruto, you see that the third Hokage was the master to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya was the master to the fourth Hokage, and then the fourth Hokage was master to Kakashi, and then Kakashi was master to Naruto, and so on and so forth. The cycle kind of just repeats itself, and that's kind of how Fairy Tail is. And this is Mavis's story, so this is the original generation, and so you've got Mavis's first experience is leaving the island, and she's in the town where they will eventually found their guild.
You destroyed my dream. The one character I liked, you told me goes evil, and I'm like, why? Why? Like, first time I liked him. Like, well, he's the main villain.
He's not the main villain. He was the main villain for an arc,
His
and
name
then
is Lucifer.
his name is Hades. His name is Hades.
Hades.
Yep. He gets kind of corrupt with the dark magic and stuff. So you got that to look forward to when you're watching the video. And then when you get to the episode, you're just gonna be like, I saw you and you were a good guy, man. What happened to you? And you're just gonna sympathize with Mavis's ghost. And Mavis is saying, you used to be a good person. Why are you doing this?
No,
But-
he's so good.
And he was really cool in this episode. I'll give you that. He had some cool. That bar fight scene was pretty awesome.
That was epic. But I mean, he chopped the tree down to save a kid. He stopped a guy with a cart because his thing was down.
Yeah.
Lifted a girl's skirt up because a bee went under there. He didn't want her to get stung.
Yep.
That was a bit far.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I thought that was hilarious. Oh man. But and then like Mavis showing off her power with that really crazy illusion magic.
That was sick.
That was.
They're looking for the Bruce Skull.
Yep.
Magician's Guild.
Yep.
I don't even know how to say it the way.
The Blue Skull. Yeah, Bruce Skull.
Bruce Skull.
Blue Skull, the Wizard Guild that they're looking for, and it's pretty interesting. And towards the end, we actually see that Mavis bumps into Zeref, who is the big bad guy for Fairy Tail. And I've read the Fairy Tail Zero manga, so I know the story behind Zeref and Mavis, and it's a very tragic one, man. Mavis' story is not a very happy one. Even though Mavis is such a very happy and upbeat girl.
You're killing me, Jeremy. This anime looked like it was so nice, and now everything's gonna go tragic, and
It's gonna hit you with some feels. There are gonna be tears.
No, tear. There were so many feels in the episodes already this week. You're gonna kill me.
Yeah, there's gonna be some tears. Mark my words, guys. Couple weeks from now, when Fairy Tail Zero is over, that last episode, you're gonna see both of us probably crying. Like,
Oh, I already cried with Assassination Classroom. Oh.
oh yeah, because you read the backstory chapters.
No, not just that. Episode 4. Are we done? Wait. Are we done with Fairy Tales?
Yeah, we're pretty much done with Fairy Tail.
One thing I want to say is I like the anime. Every anime that we talk about, the art style is a little different. One Piece reminds me a lot of the anime I used to watch, like Voltron, and I love that anime. While the others are more new age, with Fairy Tail, it's a mix between the older artwork and the newer artwork, and it kind of works really well. I gotta say that.
Yeah, and you know, one thing that I always say this whenever I watch especially the Zero arc. Mavis is so freaking adorable, man. Like you can't expect her to be so badass. She's just so damn cute.
Yep. Oh, it wasn't in this one. Mishkari is in Dimension W. Do I look kawaii? I forgot. That was in Dimension W.
Oh,
Never
man.
mind. Ignore me. All right, so now Assassination Classroom, and this had several parts to it. Actually, there were several little stories. The first one was Itona creating a little tank to kill Kyoto Sensei, and it ends up failing. And then it turns out the girls found out that the boys wanted to create a camera that was wider so they could look up their skirts. That was a very bad thing to do. Shame.
Oh man, what is up with these kids and just their obsession with panties?
I don't know. It's what's under
Underwear.
the panties that matter.
They're just obsessed with underwear and trunks.
Damn, Trunks! Trunks! Oh! Oh!
I'm gonna do this throughout the whole thing now.
Trunks! Trunks! One of my favorites. I saw Future underwear. I like future underwear. You'll never hear that sentence again. No, but then the other story arc was with code names because one child is named Justice because his parents were police officers and they loved their job so much they named their child Justice. So that was another interesting story. There was another story.
Justice is actually a pretty common name. Like, I actually know a few people named Justice.
I don't know anybody named Justice, so you're lucky. And I love what Kiro Sensei did at the end. Everybody hated their code names, and then he handed Justice a paper that says he could change his name. But then he says, listen, your name, it's something that your parents... And it was so from the heart, and that's when I wrote you on Facebook. I'm like, this guy can't die. And he's like, why don't you do this? Kill me first. This is what the headlines might say. And then if you still don't like your name, then you could change it. I was like, oh, no, don't kill him ever. Oh.
Yeah, but sadly, unless they figure out a way around it, he has to die.
Oh, no. I don't want him to die. I don't want him to die. I don't want... I would be one of those people... And then we find out that one of the students is actually not a failing student. It's somebody from the higher-ups in the very end of the episode.
Yep, they got like an inside man from like the A class.
Mm-hmm. And he's manipulating all the students. That's scary. That's creepy also. And I feel bad because I like that character in the first story arc. It turns out he's a two-face.
I mean, they are in the E class, so I mean, it's not like they're there for their brains. So I'm pretty sure a really smart person could easily manipulate really dumb people.
But still, I don't want Kyoto Sensei to die.
He's gonna have to, man, and we're all gonna be sad, but it's gonna have to happen.
I love Assassination Classroom so much. I want to go back and watch the first 12 episodes of Season 1. I really do, just to see how Season 1 went. It looks so good. It's so good. I want to read... You made me read the prequel, and then I kept going a little bit further, and I'm like, damn, it's going to get really, really, really good.
Yep,
like, really.
And it's Feel City, I'm telling you. It's just, especially when you get to Koro Sensei's background, it's just,
Oh, man. I hope they do it this season. They might not, but I kind of hope they do. That's just my hope. Will it happen? I don't know. But I cannot... Out of all the animes here, the ones I recommend the most, like my top recommendations, start with Fairy Tail and goes all the way down to the last thing we're talking about here. Gundam is if you like politics. Dragon Ball Super, got to be a fan of the series. Same thing with One Piece. Naruto's all filler. Garo has its ups and downs. And Pokemon, again, if you are not a Pokemon fan, if you did not like it in your childhood, you're not going to like the anime now. So... Assassination Classroom, I feel like everybody can find something to like.
Yep.
Alright, now, this one, and this is the last time we should be doing this, is Dimension W, episode 1 through 4. All 4 episodes.
Yep, and I gave a quick overview last week. Hopefully you guys have checked it out by now. It's a really cool sci-fi anime.
I love it. I wasn't sure what the first episode. The first episode we get introduced to, and I don't know his name.
I'm still learning names, so yeah, we're just gonna call him the main character.
I know one girl's name is the girl is Maki, or
no, her name is like it starts with no, it's I wanted to say it starts with an R.
I don't remember.
Damn it, it's gonna bug me now.
You can look, we'll look it up next time. Anyway, so this scientist creates an unending energy source by tapping into a dimension known as Dimension W. And everything runs on coils now. No more gasoline, no more electric, no more nothing. Just coils. And they look like these little screws that you screw into something and boom, you get energy. And there's this group called the Collectors, and they're kind of like Cowboy... This is where Cowboy Bebop plays in.
Yeah, they're kind of like bounty hunters / cops.
Exactly. They find illegal coils, and they take them back and they destroy them or they give them back to the government. I don't know what they do with the illegal coils, but basically their job and their bounty is to find a person using illegal coils and stop them. And that's it.
Yep, and pretty much our main character finds this girl who's using an illegal coil, but then he finds out the illegal coil is actually kind of like, to put it in comic terms, like it's kind of like an arc reactor. It's keeping her alive.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I can't just, you need to return this. She's like, you need to return your coil. It's like, that coil is essentially my heart. He's like, well, then he's like, well, technically my job is to, report these illegal coils, but I don't want to kill you. So, since you have this connection to these coils, will you be able to help me? She's like, yeah, I can do that. She convinces his boss that she can help with hunting down the illegal coils.
He was on a job in the first episode to get a batch of illegal coils, and the girl was there at the same time trying to get the batch too for a different reason, and the father, the professor, gets found, and because he was found, he opens up Dimension W, opens a black hole up, and he disappears. And it destroys all the coils in the area. So the guy takes her back to his boss, the big woman, and she puts an illegal coil into her because she can't stay dead. And then they find out that she's the professor's robot. I love how the collector guy doesn't like coils at all, and he hates robots as well. He calls a rust bucket. He calls a rubbish pile.
It's kind of like a Pinocchio thing with her too, because like the professor is she thinks of him as like her dad, and
she's kind of real. I think there's more to her. I think she has pieces of the daughter in her because the professor lost his family. Mm. I think he tried to make her more real, more human.
That could be interesting. So maybe she's more of a cyborg than a straight up like robot.
Exactly. She has her own thoughts. She has emotions. She has to clean herself. She has to go to the bathroom. She basically has all the human functions, but she's still a robot. At the end of the day, she's still a robot.
And she's powered by a coil and stuff. So yeah, there's that.
Mm-hmm. Episode 2, we got introduced to the loser, who is a robber, but he doesn't...
Who sucks at his job.
Exactly. He never successfully steals anything, but we then find out, and there's a lot of really great action in this episode, and obviously this girl is working with the collector guy now as a sidekick bounty hunter or collector, and Loser explains to the guy that there were numbers, and numbers are coils that were the first 100 or 200 coils ever made, and whereas the new coils only take a fraction out of Dimension W, the numbers take
like infinite amounts. Yeah, so they have no limits to the amount of energy they can store.
Mm-hmm. And that's what Loser's after, and there's something connected with them, and he's trying to get them all, and we don't know why yet. Third episode, I'm trying to remember. Third episode was more focused on her because she got like money because she brought in illegal coils, and she got her own like what was it, mobile home kind of deal.
Yeah, it was like a trailer almost.
And she ended up saving these kids, but she lost her head. So yeah, she did. At that moment, she felt very robot because she's holding her head in her lap, waiting to be fixed. That was kind of funny.
I like how they balance humor in this one.
Yes,
and I like that. I like that we can see that this relationship is the guy's going to soften up and he's going to be less of a jerk to the robot girl.
I hope so. He's very cold towards robots. He's very cold in general, I feel. His personality, I think something really bad must have happened to him because he's not really, a warm-hearted person, so to speak.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Well, I'm positive. And then the last episode, which came out this week, they're sent on a mission to a haunted hotel where they believe his friend who tries to enlist him in the army or in the police force to stop him collect coils instead of doing it as a collector or as a bounty hunter. He sends him off on this mission, and he ends up being there as well. And it turns out that the ghost might be connected to a number, which is actually keeping them sort of alive. And then there is somebody else that's kind of pulling the strings. And this was the first episode that was left on a cliffhanger, and I'm so angry because
Yep.
this is where I ended off, and it's like, oh, you've got to be kidding! I gotta wait a week now. I hate cliffhangers.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. What'd you think of the last episode, Jeremy?
The last episode was really good, but that ending, man.
It's like, what's gonna happen? She's captured. He doesn't know what's going on. It turns out that the woman dreams and she somehow connects with the spirits, and spirits come out and whatnot. It's like, wow.
And that animation was kind of trippy too, with like the ghost and stuff.
Yeah, very trippy. Very freaking trippy. Very trippy indeed. I definitely recommend Dimension W. I was questioning it the first episode. Second episode, it got better. Third episode hooked me. Fourth episode, I need to see where number 5 goes now because I need to know what happens.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a really good sci-fi series, guys.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, Jeremy. Jeremy is going 5 for 5 or 6 for 6. Whatever animes Jeremy's recommended me so far, every single one has been freaking amazing. So, will Jeremy ever fall off and get the 1 out of 6? I don't know.
Find out next time on Anime Weekly.
No. Because these are all the shows we're going to be doing for a while. I think new ones don't start till...
like April-ish.
April-ish?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when the springtime starts.
Hooray. We'll have 20 animes by this time next year.
I mean, some of the ones will probably like go on break, so we'll see.
No, yeah, I'm sure they will. All right, so Luck and Logic episode number 4. This is all you, man. Go.
Okay, so I was happy about this one because we were struggling with the names last week, and this one is all about the one character whose name we can actually pronounce, and that's Chloe, who is obviously American who moved to Japan, but Chloe is the partner of Valkyrie, the hot-headed one who really sucked at taking tests. Because we saw that in the last, in like episode 3.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we find out her story. We find out that like one of her friends was a logistics.
Or logistic, yeah.
And she and her friend got really beat up, and she was like, I can be a better fighter than that. Let me be a logistic. And then so that's what made her determined to be such a badass. So that she like her goal, unlike Yorine, instead of being like just the smartest and all around best, she just wants to be the best fighter and be able to take down the most foreigners and stuff. Mm-hmm. So like she's very rash and reckless, and she does like some detective work to figure out where the source of this like 9.8 like foreigner came from that that like the team saw last episode, but we know is Lucifer. And so she talks to the girl who we saw that tranced with Lucifer at the end of the last episode, and so they're trying to figure that out. And like Yoshika, he and Athena are having issues.
Their trance is only 75%. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because Athena has other stuff on her mind because she's like dealing with running into Lucifer, and so she gets that off of her chest, and she tells everybody, I ran into the foreigner Lucifer, the fallen angel, and so everybody's kind of worried about that. Olga's kind of excited, so we kind of know where that's going. But also Olga's warming up to the team. Yeah, he's being nicer, and it's interesting to see where this goes for him.
He could always go dark, and then Lucifer and him together could go light. You never know.
Yeah, and I also like that like Yorine and Yoshika have developed a better relationship. They're better friends now because Yorine was straight up protecting Athena and Yoshika in this episode, which was cool.
And you get to see Chloe and her friendship a little bit,
Yeah, and they seem to be really close friends. Like they've been through a lot together. I thought that was really cool. And I like that
for the short-haired girl. She's out of the loop.
Yeah, I like that her and Valkyrie are like really like best friends. She doesn't even call her Valkyrie. She just calls her Val, which is cool. And Sniper Girl wasn't involved as much in this one. And then the new girl who hasn't found a trans partner is just kind of the cook of the team. She's making all the meals and stuff. And I love when Athena tries to make breakfast.
Burned fish.
Yeah, those terrible looking burned fish sandwiches.
Would you eat one of those?
I don't know. I would eat it just to not hurt her feelings.
Oh man, you are a better man than I. I would say that my stomach's off. I couldn't eat. Oh, no, I don't like fish anyway. I wouldn't be able to eat it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, it's whatever. I mean, pretty girl makes you food. You gotta eat, at least take a bite out of it.
I have a question. Does this pretty girl have a dog? Because if
Well,
she totally does, I'm going under the table.
well, well, we didn't see a dog this episode, but
Damn it!
you never know, mate. If she did, then that would be a good failsafe for
I
sure.
would adopt a dog and have the dog follow me around everywhere.
Oh man, but yeah, this was a good episode. Nice setup, and we're getting to know the team individually. I like how I like how this is starting. Hopefully, next episode will be about Mana, the sniper chick, because
I think we need that.
I would like to know more about her.
Me
Um,
too. I like her character a lot.
So yeah, I really enjoyed this. Like Luck and Logic been really cool. Apparently, it's a card game. I don't know if I want to start checking out those cards.
I
But,
sent you pictures. Did you get? Oh, not pictures. I told you that. Did you find any pictures on it?
yeah, the art looks really good.
Gorgeous. It's all in Japanese.
Yeah, but so we can't even read it.
I
But
can't read. I can't play.
it's like I'm not even gonna be able to read the rules or anything because we don't read it Japanese.
No. I wouldn't mind getting one of those, like a cosplay clear card, like what he has, like the trans card.
Yeah,
I'd love to get a replica of that. Anybody who sees it or finds it on eBay or anywhere, let us know. I definitely would love to have one if it's
yeah, that'd be awesome.
as long as it's not like $1,000. I mean, if it's moderately priced, I would definitely get one.
And like I just like his costume in general too. Like it looks like all owly since he's bonded with Athena and stuff. It's cool. And it's like this had a decent fight in here. And Valkyrie was badass in this. Like she's just
Yes.
kicking ass and taking names.
The action was definitely second to none in this episode.
Yeah, and I like how her and Venus teamed up and he used her whip as like a springboard to throw her, kind of like a fastball special type deal.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
I loved it. This episode had everything and more. Luck and Logic is one of my top 5. Well, my top 4, actually.
Yep. Oh man, it's great.
Well, actually, it's technically my top 3 because the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is One Punch Man special number 2,
Yeah.
was only 11 minutes, and it's only a special, and it only shows up once every month-ish. And it's 11 minutes. There was no intro music. Very upset.
I was disappointed. There was no theme. I like the theme. They better not change the theme in season 2. I'm gonna be very, very upset if they change.
Don't give them ideas. Don't even say that. Don't even say that. No, you can't. It's like shit. No anime ever kept their theme. It's the first anime that needs the theme. Needs it.
Yep.
So this was all focusing on Genesis and Genesis's wonderful ability to tell a story from beginning to end without missing a single detail, while completely, if he would have just said the last sentence first, he wouldn't have had to say the entire story at all.
He tends to do that. He just beats around the bush a lot.
Yes, he does. My favorite scene in this episode, though, was him and Saitama in the hot tub, and Saitama's like, why does everybody go, ah? People should go, oh, or ee, or fa. And then Genesis is like, that's not fa. You're off tempo. It's fa. And I'm like, what the hell? Okay. I like,
So random.
it was random, but it was perfect. Come on. It was perfect. And they're just sopranoing back and forth. Fa, 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 me.
I just want to know where they got the hot tub from.
I think they were in a sauna place.
Oh, so it's like a hot spring place.
Right? And then Saitama gives him a key and says, don't lose it or something bad might happen. And it turns out that he helps this old man up that fell, and it turns out a gang is going after that old man. So the gang thinks that Genesis is friends with him, and the whole point is him telling them everything he did all day, which was shopping and that, was just to say, I literally just met that guy on the street.
Yeah, so this was the whole. This was the whole after defeating the Kabuto guy. Like when they go to the supermarket. So that's that whole adventure.
Yep.
That takes place after that. It's pretty fun.
And in the end, he ends up arresting or taking down the entire gang because he finds out that they're a gang and they're the bad guys. And he gets the key back, and then Saitama's like, "Oh, I had a spare key, but oh well." And then he gets that very expensive meat, and you see him making it with the soup and everything. I was like, "Oh, I want more. I want more."
And technically this counts as filler, but this is really good filler, and I like that it's it's giving us our fill still, even though we won't get a new season until 2017. Hey Naruto, are you taking notes? You're taking notes because this is something you should do.
Yeah, your butts need to get on the right track, especially when the new anime starts with the kids. You guys better not make more than one episode filler per year, or else there's going to be issues.
Or at least maybe, or I'll even cut you even more slack. One filler arc per year.
There you go. You have a quota. You know what I'd love to see being made to an anime, and I was actually talking to Alan about this. Well, sort of. Godzilla.
I would totally watch it as an anime.
I think that would be an interesting anime. I could be wrong, but I would love to see Godzilla as an anime.
Yeah, but I mean, you can only get so much mileage out of a character that can't really talk. So
it's true. And how many kaiju fights could you have before it's kind of like?
Yeah, I've seen this already. Yeah, I mean, granted, we said that kind of about Gundam, but Gundam isn't that high on our list anyway. So
exactly, Gundam actually is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on our list. It's pretty high. I mean, it's literally right at the cutoff between our top and our what's in between and bottom. Yep. So it's the cutoff. Just cut it off. So that's Anime Weekly this week. We had 11 really great, well, some really great and some filler and some interesting and womanizing
episodes. Some just weird.
Just weird.
Really weird.
It won't hurt. It won't. I'm going to have nightmares about that tonight.
You're also going to have nightmares about Trunks.
Trunks! I have a sword, man. It's never gonna be the same. I have underwear sword.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
I ain't saying goodbye to my sword. That's mine. It's my sword.
Oh man, that's just.
You were doing that live show today, and everybody was coming out with swords. I'm like, yeah. It's the end of the show almost. I can do this. I have the master sword. You see? I got the master sword.
Tony and his damn katana. He just finds any excuse to just pull that out of him.
I have Wolverine claws, the master sword, the shield. I have the sword from Attack on Titan. I don't need excuses. I just need opportunities.
Oh man, but yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed the Otaku Hour. Also, we had a lot of fun with that.
If you didn't watch it, feel free to go check it out, though. We did keep it under an hour, actually. It was an hour and only, I think, 2 or 3 minutes, so we were really good. So if you would like to go check it out, it's live right now on Comic Frontline. And I believe this show was only about an hour this time. We're getting better, an hour and 17 minutes so far.
Less and less tangents. I mean, maybe because we got Pokemon out of the way early that we didn't, like...
That, and we weren't talking about multiple episodes. I feel like we literally stuck to one episode for each series except for Dimension W, which we kind of abbreviated also. So,
yeah.
This is about how long the shows are going to be. And while we're talking about this show is also a proud member of the Zone 4 Podcast Network. As soon as SoundCloud goes up, you will be seeing this on YouTube, and you will be hearing this on iTunes. So you'll be seeing the audio. And Jeremy and I, once I get SoundCloud, we'll work out some special stuff for the audio.
Yeah, you might even hear some extra tangents from us, like maybe more conversations and maybe some outtakes, some Trunks stuff.
It'll be extra trunks. We will give you extra trunks. You don't even have to pay for them, and it's not like a 3-pack either.
Yep, it's high quality. Just
high quality underwear.
Just,
oh, could you imagine if she had underwear?
I mean, like she named her. I mean, her last name is Brief, so it's like it's not that much of a stretch.
What's the professor's name?
The professor's name is Professor Brief. I don't know what his first name is.
I'm curious now. I want to know what his first name is.
Professor Thong.
Oh,
watch. It's probably Professor Thong. I don't know for sure.
Oh. I'm waiting for Socks.
Socks and Briefs.
The twins, Trunks and his 2 sisters, Sock and Socks. Sock 1, Sock 2.
Or Socks and Leggings. There's 2 sisters, Socks and Leggings.
Oh, he did it.
I mean, we already got Tights. Their sister's name is Tights, so it's not that far.
In the description below are a bunch of links connected to a whole bunch of really great websites. Check them out in your spare time if you can. There's also stuff connected right to Dark Avenger C86. Jeremy's awesome channel as well, Mr. J's Comic Reviews. I don't know how you did 3 shows today, Jeremy. And hey, Be happy. Our 2 shows were 2 hours. You spent 3 hours on the other one. So
yep, and I was able to put up a comic review on Countdown on time today. So yeah.
Damn, that's 4 things Jeremy did today. Look at that. And you were going to beat somebody up with your cane. Oh, Jaden Smith.
Yep, he's getting stomped. If he goes anywhere near Miles, he's getting stomped. The cane is getting shoved up his ass so far that I'm going to pull it out of his mouth.
I can see Jeremy doing this. I can see it. I'm going to play the One Punch Man song while you're doing it.
Oh, man. No, but for real, like, keep Jaden Smith away from Miles Morales.
I think Jaden Smith is going to have a DC exclusive contract because of him and his dad, so let them stay at DC.
Yep.
Safe.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. I can deal with that.
I can too. In the comments below, let us know your thoughts on any of the animes we talked about here. If you'd like to make a recommendation for any current anime, we have several specials coming. We've got Anime 101. We've got the 90s anime. We might do a specific series special.
We might even do one about Trunks, maybe the future Trunks movie or something.
We can talk about some future.
Just so we can talk more about Trunks.
Oh yeah. Trunks. Hashtag Trunks, why? Trunks, why? And I thought that name was so cool. I was going to put that in the middle of my child's name. Thank God.
Wait, so your kid was about to be Thomas Trunks Mentor? Oh my God.
No, it wouldn't have been Trunks. I was just joking. As a matter of fact, Cindy got mad at me. She wanted Tommy to have my opposite because my middle name is Thomas. So she wanted it to be Thomas Christopher. I named him Thomas Michael because of my brother. So she was kind of mad at me. She's like, should have used your name. His name was yours in reverse.
That's funny.
What can you do?
I'm telling you, your next kid, Trunks. Just put it in there.
What if it's a girl?
So, girls wear Trunks too.
Only after certain acts. This is really falling off the deep end fast.
Well, I mean, this is the last part of the episode, so who cares?
It's true. It's true. So, guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. Please do comment. We love hearing from you guys. Jeremy and myself will answer with I could talk. We'll answer you guys in the comments below. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting. Have a wonderful week.
Enjoy your anime. See you next week, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Take care, everybody.